Hi everybody, it's Donna here. I wanted to share with you the book I just finished. This is my first recycled project. I upcycled a board book. Thank you to my friend Lamore for inspiring me to do this. She's been doing this a lot, and when I saw her video, I was like, oh my gosh, I have some ideas for that. So thank you, Lamore. I found this old board book. These are Goodwill. I picked them up for $1 and gessoed them, and then they're ready to go. So a lot of these, I took all my own pictures on this, and I printed all of the paper. So I'll go through and I'll explain it to you page by page. So obviously the name is Seasons, and this is a font that I created with my handwriting. I made it on iFont on my iPad, and this is the picture of some apple blossoms from our apple trees. And I made a little bookmark to go along with it. This is just an old clothing label, and so it came with this already, and I just glued the paper onto it. You'll see more of this at the very end. And these were done at the same time, but this just has another layer of it because it added a little more interest to get another color on there. So I made these squiggles with a credit card that I notched up and just drew over my jelly plate. So here is spring. And we have the Emily Dickinson poem about spring. This is a little snow that has started to melt, and some moss that has come up down by my goat barn, by the fire pit where we usually are in the summer. And this is a Smithsonian image. The Smithsonian has images that you can download online and use for personal use, just not for sale. So they come on sheets like this, and I just cut out butterflies or moss or whatever interests me at the time. They also have seed catalogs, which are really interesting. And this print is made with partially with bubble wrap. So these little circles are that ginormous bubble wrap. And here's a little butterfly from another one. And I love this. I don't know what this is. This is a pincushion moss. And right here, oh, I forgot what that's called. I was going to label it, but then I just thought this whole page would be labels, so I decided not to. But I don't know what this one is called. And if anyone knows, let me know, all right? I would love that. Thanks. So then this next page is also spring with a Wordsworth poem about birds. And we have violets from behind my garage. I've got a whole little hill full of violets. Another butterfly from Smithsonian collection. This lilac is from my tree in my front yard. And these birds are from a bush at my mom's house. And this little guy was on a bush as we rounded the corner after looking at these three little babies. So just really awesome to get him so close. He was such a sweetie. So this background is from the door on my goat barn, and this is just a leftover piece that I put on to add a little interest. And then this print is from a brayer cleaning. So I just had a blank sheet of paper and I wanted to clean the brayer, and I just did a print real quick with that. And I really love the texture that it gives, and I love the angles that it has too. It's really random. So now we move to summer, and I compare thee to a summer's day. This is my Shakespeare poem. So this is a photo of my sky from my front yard. And this is the Vitis riparia. This is the wild grape leaf. We have these growing all over the farm too. This original print here on the side and over here is, if you can see the outline, these are grape leaves also. So I thought that would go together really well as the negative and the positive, or I guess negative and positive images. And then I took some of the silver leaf and I glued that on because there is some metallic in this print, but it did not come out as much as I wanted it to. So I just added that for a little dimension. But I really love this color combination. And we're continuing with summer. These, I think, are clover leaves, but I don't really remember, so I'll have to figure that out at some point. This is my sidewalk. We need to replace it, but I just think that the broken concrete makes such a great visual. And another summer poem by Mark Twain, along with some milkweed, also from the yard. We like to keep the milkweed going for all the butterflies here. And this is a grass that I used. And I just took a handful of grass and put it on the plate, and I did a double print. So I did one, you'll see on this page, similar to this, where that is the negative, and then I put this down on top of the paper and was able to burnish it onto paper. So I've got a little grass here. And then I have this poem, which is about hummingbirds. These hummingbirds are from my friend Karen's farm down in Cassville. We were down there summer 2020. And these violets are from the front, or no, behind my garage. They're from my house. And again, this print is left over from that. I just thought it was magical that we got these hummingbirds in flight. So pretty. And these violets were really a part of my meditation last year with the pandemic. I was able to just sit there and pick them, and I froze some in ice cubes and just took pictures of them in a big bowl and took pictures of them growing in the field from all different angles, and just was really nice to sit there and kind of meditate on life as everything seemed to be going crazy last year. So then we're going to move to fall, and this is a milkweed picture. This was taken at Estalon State Park. We have the Emily Bronte poem. This powdery sunburst lichen, how amazing is that? That chartreuse color. This is on a tree, and I took that picture. And this is another, you can see, it's another brayer draw. But that is on top of another print with more bubble wrap and another butterfly from the foundation, or from the Smithsonian Institution, and a Robert Frost poem about nothing gold can stay. So I just thought these really came out as a dramatic, dynamic color combination for fall especially. And then this page is the last rose of summer. This literally is the last rose of summer at Olbert Gardens from fall of 2020. I met one of my girlfriends there for walks. We're still meeting there because it's pretty much the only safe place we can go. We just sit 6 feet apart and talk. And the underlying photo for here is from Whitewater Lake, a hike that we took with my mom. And this is another print that I did. This is also from Olbert Gardens, this photo, but I don't remember where it was. So this is a nice Moore poem that goes along with that. And here's the winter. The winter, I love the Silver Filigree poem by Eleanor Wiley. And it just really captures the mood of that ice storm that we had. in January 2021 with everything so frozen and spiky. It was just amazing. These are the grapevine leaves, wild grapes in front of the barn. This is the house tree. If you have been to my house, you know we have a elm tree that we call the farm standing elm school for our homeschool. Here's my little brick outhouse that is Cream City brick. It matches our house. It's really cute. So I wanted to leave that in there. You can just barely see it. And then this is a print that I did with some stencils. And then again, a little more silver leaf just to make that pop. And then I have the final page. This is a butterfly. That is my big error. I have it upside down. That's fine. I think it's fine. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it not being perfect. This is also from January 2021. I had to let go of a lot of negative stuff from last year. I did not want to hold on to it. I felt like I had been letting it go all year, but burning all the paperwork for it was kind of my final goodbye when I cleaned off my desk in January. And I did my deep freeze, deep clean, which is what I call it when I clean and it's below zero out. And then here is this is a remnant from this, another part of that same picture that I put on my bookmark on the back. And you can see here it says 3 business days. I wonder what that was from, but we'll leave that. So here are some of the things I used. I used the Speedball block printing ink. I have all the major colors and the metallics of these. I really, really like these, but they're water soluble, and so they don't really work that well with the Mod Podge. They kind of tend to run a little bit. So I used the Mod Podge, and this dried a little tacky, so a little more suggested I use the golden medium. I had this, so I was using the high solid gel with the gloss. I wasn't really too keen on the gloss all the time, so then I got some matte, and that seemed to work better. I do like that finish better. I think I'm going to stick with matte for the next book. And I think that's it. This is a great way for me to use extra prints. You know, here's some more. I have a whole pile of paper that I'm going to print off of, and it just keeps me going. Stay tuned for the next one. I'm doing one about my trip to Europe. I think that's going to take me a while. And I've got another one going, but I don't have a theme for it yet. So, all right. Thanks everybody for watching. I hope you are excited about it like I am. Thanks. Bye.